Once upon a time, in ancient Egypt, the air was thick with tension. The Pharaoh, in a bid to control the growing population of Israelites, had issued a cruel decree. Every newborn Hebrew boy was to be thrown into the Nile. Can you imagine the fear that gripped the hearts of mothers? But in the midst of this chaos, one mother chose to defy the odds. Meet Jochebed, a brave woman who would do anything to save her son. When her baby boy was born, she looked into his eyes and knew she had to protect him. For 3 months, she hid him away, whispering lullabies to drown out the sounds of despair outside. But as the days passed, the risk of discovery grew. So with a heavy heart, she made a heart-wrenching decision. Jochebed crafted a tiny basket, weaving it from reeds and sealing it with tar to make it waterproof. She placed her precious son inside, wrapped him in a soft cloth, and kissed his forehead, tears streaming down her cheeks. "May you find safety, my sweet child," she whispered, as she set the basket afloat on the Nile River. The sun glimmered on the water's surface, and the basket drifted away, carrying Jochebed's hopes and fears. But little did she know, destiny was at play. As the basket floated down the river, it caught the attention of none other than the Pharaoh's daughter. She was bathing in the Nile, surrounded by her attendants. Suddenly, she spotted the basket and ordered her servants to retrieve it. Can you picture the moment, the drama, the anticipation? As they opened the basket, the cries of a baby filled the air. The princess gazed down at the infant, and in that moment, something extraordinary happened. Her heart melted. This was no ordinary child. This was a Hebrew baby, destined for greatness. The princess knew the risks. She knew her father would be furious if he found out, but she couldn't abandon him. "This baby will be mine," she declared, her voice firm. She named him Moses, which means drawn out of the water. And just like that, the course of history began to shift. But wait, the story doesn't end there. As fate would have it, the princess needed someone to nurse the baby. And guess who was nearby, watching from a distance? That's right, Jochebed, Moses' own mother, had been keeping a close eye on her baby from the riverbank. When the princess called for a nurse, Jochebed seized the opportunity. With trembling hands and a racing heart, she approached the princess. "I can help care for him," she said, trying to keep her voice steady. The princess agreed, unaware that she was speaking to the boy's real mother. Can you believe the twist of fate? So Jochebed got to nurse her own son, all while living in the palace, raised by the very woman who had adopted him. Day after day, she would cradle Moses in her arms, whispering stories of their people, teaching him about their faith, and instilling in him a sense of purpose. Time passed and Moses grew. The princess raised him as her own, treating him like royalty. But deep within him, something stirred, a longing to understand his true identity. He witnessed the struggles of his people, the burdens they bore, and he felt the weight of his own destiny. One fateful day, everything changed. Moses saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Anger surged through him. In a moment of rage, he intervened and in a tragic turn of events, killed the Egyptian. Realizing the gravity of what he had done, he fled Egypt, leaving behind the life he had known. But this wasn't the end of his story. It was just the beginning. Moses would soon find himself on a journey of self-discovery, and ultimately, the man chosen to lead his people to freedom. All of this, sparked by a simple act of love, a mother's desperate attempt to save her child. And so, the tale of Moses, the boy in the basket, continues, weaving through history, a reminder of courage, hope, and the power of a mother's love.